guys, it's Margie again, and today I'm doing a movie review of the 2005 film Just Friends. This film starred Ryan Reynolds, Amy Smart, and Anna Faris. It was directed by Roger Kumble and written by Adam Tex Davis. Okay, the basic plot for this movie is Ryan Reynolds plays this kind of loser guy who in high school was really fat and just lazy and all this, and his best friend is Amy Smart. And he is really in love with Amy Smart, but she's dating other people and she just thinks of him as her very best friend. Roughly 10 years go by, and he is now in LA, he's lost all the weight, he's just like this amazing PR guy and all this kind of stuff. And he comes back to the old neighborhood to see Amy Smart again, and he brings along with him Anna Faris, who is this spoiled, bratty, new music star that his record label is trying to convince to join them. And so he brings her home with him. I think it's for Christmas or Thanksgiving. It's for Christmas, excuse me. And it's the story of what happens then. Okay, let's start with performances. Ryan Reynolds, oh my, okay, this was definitely not his best performance. Okay, can I just start off too by saying this whole movie is completely B or C list. I mean, I'm not dissing anybody here. I'm just saying the overall quality of the film is just obviously not that great. So I didn't feel like Ryan had a whole lot of places to go with this role. I mean, I guess he was good, but I don't know. I've seen a couple of his movies. I'm not extremely familiar with his work, but I would say that this is not his best performance. I guess he was solid. It could have been a lot worse. I'll say that. Okay. Amy Smart was actually pretty good in this movie. She was the bright spot in this film, and I enjoyed watching her. I really did. Again, she had not the best of roles. I mean, the roles in this film were not that great. But she did good with what she had, and I enjoyed watching her. So she was definitely the best thing about this movie. Anna Faris was not good at all. I am not familiar with any other of Anna Faris's work. I don't want to completely, though, just dog on her. I'm not, but that's what I'm saying, though, is because she was playing a brat, a stuck-up brat. I just felt like she didn't really quite get there, and I don't know, something about it didn't do it for me. The directing was average or less than average. I felt like the director just kind of collected his paycheck and kind of went on. The writing was not good at all. I will have to say I literally laughed one time in this movie, and it was supposed to be this huge, hilarious comedy. So, yeah, the writing was pretty terrible. Let's just have it out. I promise I'm not on like a hate rant today or anything like that, but you know, I said when I started this channel that I was going to try and review almost every movie that I see, and this is a movie that I watched. So I'm doing a review for it. Basically, I'm just going to tell you right now, basically the point of this review is to spare you, but after you hear me talk about it, hopefully you will decide to never watch this film. I mean, if you've seen it, great. You know, if you enjoy it, great. I'm just telling you, especially critically, not your best of movies. Here are my notes. Awful screenplay. I'm sorry, Adam Tex Davis. I don't know what else he's done, but this was not his good movie. I laughed one time. I literally laughed one time, and this was supposed to be a ha-ha, hilarious, funny, whatever you want to say, comedy. So that was extremely disappointing. This comedy felt like it was meant for kids. That's about the style of the comedy. But the content of this movie, which I'm going to get to in just a minute, definitely makes it not appropriate for children. I don't know who your market is for this film. Let's talk Parents Guide. This is not your best of movies in that category either. I'm going to say about 20 profanities. I can't exactly remember. Sexual content, lots. Not like actual sexual content, just lots of crude references and terms and awkward conversations and just, ugh, yuck. It was just really gross. And it wasn't even humorous. I guess you can say there's crude funny and then there's just crude. And this was just crude. I'm like, why didn't you just X that out? It would have made the movie shorter. That's another thing. I felt like this movie had a lot of pacing problems. It just did not, it dragged on. Violence, there's a couple kind of like intense things, like Ryan Reynolds gets injured and they show a little bit of that. Drug and alcohol, both. Maybe not drug, I can't remember, but there was some alcohol. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. This movie, guys, it's just not that good. I'm gonna be honest. I thought that the only good thing about this movie was Amy Smart, who was a breath of fresh air in this movie. I watched this movie again. Absolutely not. No, it was not that good. I'm giving this movie 1 star out of 5 because the only good, like I said before, the only good thing about it was Amy Smart. And she did not have enough screen time, and she did not have a good role to do anything with, but she didn't have enough screen time to make the movie worth watching. And let me just say, guys, one of the purposes of this channel is to tell you about movies like this. You may say, Margie, why are you doing a movie that is, you know, pathetic or B-list or whatever? I watched this movie, okay? And I'm going to tell you almost all the movies I watch, I'm hopefully going to do a review of. So I'm going to tell you about it. Hopefully this will spare you from watching this movie critically, morally. Okay? I mean, I'm just telling you, and hopefully you won't waste your time on this film, which is, your time is so precious. So that's the purpose, you know, and that's another purpose of this channel. You know, so many movies, somebody will say, oh, you should see it, or I'm thinking about watching it, and I need somebody that I can go to and say, hey, is this worth my time? And if you're coming to me with that same question, I would say no. Don't watch it. So, yeah, this movie was very disappointing. I literally had no expectations. I didn't think it was going to be good. I didn't think it was going to be bad. I didn't even know barely anything about it. But I was like, I'm going to see how it goes. I am. And it was definitely extremely disappointing. Anyway, this has been my movie review of the 2005 film, Just Friends. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do not go watch Just Friends. Why don't you watch some of my other reviews instead, right? I know. Okay. And I hope you enjoyed it. I'll talk to you guys later.